here. I don't know if everybody's here.
Okay, can I have everybody's attention? Okay, the March meeting of the Board of Zoning Appeals will come to order. Can I have roll call, please?
That's me. Okay, Fred Wilson,
Here.
Scott Lowe, Todd Brenza, Richard Jenkins, Norm Froderman.
Okay, we do have a quorum. I'd like everybody to stand for pledge allegiance. Thank you. Okay, the first thing are the minutes of the previous meeting. Are there any corrections? All in favor, aye. Motion passes. Okay, the first item is BZA 621, 2114 North Euclid Place, West Terre Haute.
The petitioner is Wade and Amber Fulford. They're requesting a 20-foot variance from the 25-foot front yard setback to place a 12 by 24, approximately 288 square foot addition to an existing detached garage in a residential single-family suburban district as set forth in section 11(1)(e)(1) of the Unified Zoning Ordinance for Vigo County. The property owner would like to build an addition onto their existing detached garage, which is on the east side of their property. The lots have been combined and exceed the minimum lot size for the RS zoning requirements of 20,000 square feet. The property has public water with a septic system that is located in the backyard. The addition to the attached garage should not be injurious to the public's health. Most of the homes in this neighborhood were built closer to the roads. The petitioner would like for his son and daughter to have a place to park their vehicles in a covered garage. North Euclid Place is to be platted 40 feet and Oak Cliff is platted 50 feet. A new addition to an existing garage should not affect the area in a substantial adverse manner. This area has smaller platted lots and most of the homes were built closer to the road. Since the property has 1,020 square feet of the septic system in the backyard and an attached deck with a ramp is placed on the south side of the home, making it difficult to place an attached addition onto this property unless it went in the front yard. Based on the written findings above, staff offers a favorable recommendation for the variance.
From the board. Have a motion? Second? All in favor, aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Okay, the next item is BZA 7, 2021, 8033 Dean Court, Terre Haute.
The property owners are Austin Kelsey Matherly. The property owners are requesting a 1.9 feet variance from a 5-foot side yard setback for an existing detached storage shed in a single-family residential district as set forth. The property owners purchased this property in 2020 with the detached shed in place. The title company informed the petitioners that the existing shed was too close to the property line and needed to file for a variance. The existing shed that is located in the rear of the property will not be injurious to the public's health, safety, morals, convenience, or general welfare of the community. The shed is being used for storage only. The existing shed should not affect this area in a substantial adverse manner since it has been on this property for 17 years without any complaints and looks to be in good shape. We reviewed our data and couldn't find any permits issued for this shed. The property owner just wanted to bring the shed into compliance with the county ordinance and satisfy the title company. Our office would have never known the shed was too close to the property line if it wasn't for the title company notifying the petitioners. Being a few feet off the property line, it is hard for our office to judge by looking at the aerial maps. Based on the written findings above, staff offers a favorable recommendation for this variance.
Okay, is the petitioner present? Is there anything you'd like to add or any questions you have? Anyone speaking in opposition? Any questions from the board? Have a motion. Do we have a second? All in favor, aye. Motion passes. Thank you. Okay, the next item is BZA 8, 2021, 607 West National Avenue, West Terre Haute.
The property owners are Valley Professional Community Health Center. They are requesting 2 variances: a reduction of 8 parking spaces from the minimum 24 parking requirement and 11.5 feet from the 40-foot required distance of an entrance from a 2-way intersection in a central business district C8 as set forth in section 14B2A1 and the table off-street parking regulation 17 of the Unified Zoning Ordinance. The petitioner has purchased these vacant lots to build a new 4,800 square foot health clinic. This clinic will be used as primary care, behavioral health care, dental care, and patient support services. In addition to the health clinic, there will be a small pharmacy to dispense patients' prescriptions medications. The petitioners did combine the lots. This property has public water and sewer. The new clinic should not be injurious to the public's health and safety. This clinic will provide medical care not often found or with limited availability in rural communities to patients who do not have transportation and will be able to walk to a clinic. Building a new medical clinic pharmacy on land that had been vacant for several years should not affect the area in a substantial adverse manner. There are a lot of older buildings, including gas stations, that have not operated in years. Along West and East National Avenue, the properties are zoned commercial, with the area behind the West and East National Avenue is residential. The petitioner feels reducing the size of the new medical clinic will not accommodate the patients because they will lose an exam room. The petitioners have tried to reach out to other property owners to purchase property for the parking. The property owner to the west is not interested in selling. They also looked into closing the alleyway, but that still wasn't enough to meet the parking requirement. Having limited room on this property and the design layout of the new clinic, parking entrance and exit, staff is concerned that the reduction in distance from the intersection of the right-of-way of South 6th Street and the entrance to the clinic could cause a traffic issue. Vehicles turning on South 6 might not be able to stop abruptly when patients slow or stop to turn into the clinic. A new design for the entrance and exit could be made and still allow for a reduction of parking spaces. Based on the written findings above, staff feels there is no hardship for the reduction in feet for the entrance to be closer to the intersection, but offers approval for the reduction of parking spaces.
Is that a favorable recommendation?
For parking.
Parking. Okay, is petitioner present?
Morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the BZA. My name is Scott Craig. I'm here on behalf of the petitioners. I'm joined this morning by Valley Professionals CEO, Barry Warren, TJ Warren, and the architect for our project, Mike Halstead. I'm kind of actually been looking forward to this morning because I'm excited about this project and I'm excited about the opportunity to talk to somebody about this project. West Terre Haute is a community that is underserved by in terms of not having physicians, not having medical facilities, and not having a pharmacy. This project presents an opportunity to address that lack of services in West Terre Haute by having a new health center that provides primary care, behavioral care, and a small pharmacy in the West Terre Haute community. People will not have to come to Terre Haute to get those services or go to Clinton to get those services. They'll be able to get them right there in their own community. I do want to point out one thing, and this probably is my fault. Staff report mentions that there's going to be a dental facility or there'll be dental care available. That's not actually true. Not at this time. There's no plans for that. It will be primary care, behavioral health, and a pharmacy as well. So I think that most of us are probably aware, but maybe not, that West Terre Haute is a community that also has its challenges with respect to transportation. A lot of people who live in West Terre Haute do not have access to a reliable vehicle. That's why we're building the pedestrian walkway across the grade right now, is to kind of address the problem that people have getting from West Terre Haute over to Terre Haute for services. So having this facility in West Terre Haute, I think, is going to be a true asset and benefit to the community. The parking issue is one that we have tried to find another solution to this problem. One solution would be to buy more property. We have talked to the owner to the west. He is totally not interested at all. There is some commercial property on the other side of 6th Street. We've spoken to that owner, and it was not a good conversation. It wasn't a absolute never, ever, ever, but it was not looking very favorable at all. So the other option would be to add more parking spaces and reduce the footprint and size of the building. But our opinion is that we would be sacrificing healthcare in order to add parking, and that, you know, the benefits of having more available healthcare facility outweigh the parking issue. The driveway issue, I understand staff concerned about that. We certainly understand that as well. I don't know if you all have the same, I sent this over kind of late to the map. I brought 2 of them this morning to show traffic flow. So there's actually 3 drives to this parcel. One is off of West 40 National Avenue. That would be an entrance. There would also be an entrance only off of 6th Street, with all exiting on another exit onto 6th Street. Now, I've spoken to the architect and the CEO this morning. If we have to eliminate that driveway that's close to 40, it can be eliminated. We still have an entrance to the facility off of 40 and an exit to the south. Would like to ask you, though, to consider granting that variance. I recognize there could be issues with if a car's turning into that lot, that somebody could be turning off of 40 and not have enough time to stop, but I don't think there's going to be, this isn't a McDonald's, so, or a, you know, fast food or convenience store. There's not going to be 100 cars coming in an hour. If there's some way that you could still see fit to approve that variance, we would be appreciative of it. If you can't, that's fine, we understand. But I think it'd be better to have 2 entrances to the property. One that you can enter the property, instead of having to enter the property off of 40, where you could come in off of 6th Street. That would give people to the north side of town, they wouldn't even have to go to 40 to get to the property. So, if you have any questions, or need more specific details on anything, I'm happy to try and address them or ask our architect or CEO.
You got any questions?
I have a couple questions. On this, on the left side of the paper, it shows an arrow. Did they come in somewhere else, or is that just going around the corner? Yeah. There's nothing up there.
No, there's an alley back. Somebody, I guess, could probably have brought this guy. This is going traffic back. Here, right now.
What's the possibility of putting the building back here?
Mike, you want to come up? I'm going to ask the architect. And I know we did look at an alternate to try and add more space.
I said, what's wrong with putting this building back here? With this part.
Is it?
No, I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about if the all here. Maybe ice down here, just one part. I don't know.
I think you encroach on your visibility through there too. You encroach on your visibility if you start parking them out towards 40. So it's on the same, the front of the building will be on the same as the existing building, the National Building?
That building is current there is set.
So could staff clarify your objection to this?
Would, being from West Terre Haute, and I watch people drive down National, and if there's a chance to speed and go cut right down Sixth Street, they're gonna do it, and if somebody stops and turns, they're gonna smack them. There's not enough give in there. You're dedicated. Yeah. You're dead, and they don't slow in.
Slow people down.
I do 35 driving through there.
Yeah, I mean, I used to work that district all the time, and I don't know. Anyway,
Part of the reason that there's a traffic safety concern there is if you're headed north on Sixth Street, you may not be able to see a vehicle turning from National onto Sixth. So
see
if
it
you're
turn
turning-
on to what?
If you're headed north on Sixth and you're turning left to go into the parking lot, you may not be able to see a vehicle coming, turning right or south.
Yeah.
So you have a sight prism issue there, and you place that intersection too closely, then you don't have sufficient time to make emergency maneuvers.
And I agree with Fred. But you have to balance that with also the right.
Those are little bushes. Those are little bushes.
If that's cut low, I honestly, I don't really see it as a big issue, because if you're coming national, you go front, you know, as long as this traffic, cool, and east side,
I really have more concern about if you start parking people out towards National. Now you create another big block that you can't see,
right?
and you're not gonna see what you're not gonna see. So,
Well, their signage has to stay 4 feet or below, or unless they put it on a pole. Because that's so that's, a sign should be 4 feet. So if you're sitting in a car, you should be able to see down. Yeah. So, but their plants have to be kept, maintained at 4 feet or below. Yeah.
That was the way, honestly, it was Michelle, or it was Cindy that talked to us, you know, I didn't even, so I appreciate her pointing out that you had a problem with it, because I was, so, unfortunately, it said, we have to eliminate it, and, but it does, our current.
I will add one safety positive to that location. I believe it is your guys' intent to install a drive-through pharmacy. If you have traffic queuing off of National to get around the building, that creates more of a safety hazard than if they have to come through the parking lot to queue around the building. So that would be one positive there.
I don't see one.
anybody speaking in opposition? Have a motion.
So move for approval.
Second. All in favor, aye? Aye. Motion passes. On both
Thank you very much.
items. Okay. BZA 9, 2021, 11, 871 South Daniel Street, Terre Haute.
The petitioner is Tim Allen. The property owner is requesting a special exception to place a 2018 mobile home in a single-family residential suburban district as set forth in section 1115 of the Unified Zoning Ordinance for Vigo County. The property is located in Pearson Township. The platted lots are totaling of .95 acres. The petitioner placed a mobile home on this property in 1995 to live in while he built a new house on the property. Several years later, his home burnt and the petitioner moved out of Vigo County. The petitioner would like to move back to Vigo County and live in this mobile home till he can build a new home again. Placing a 2018 mobile home on the property should not be injurious to the public's health. The property is maintained, and the property did have an approved mobile home on it in 1995. The Vigo County Health Department recommends that the owner have a licensed septic specialist come out and check the septic system to make sure everything is in working order. The placement of the 2018 mobile home should not affect this neighborhood to the best of our knowledge, and the petitioner states he wants to build a new home on the property in the future. This area around the property is zoned RS, single-family residential suburban, and A1 agricultural. Placing a 3-year-old mobile home in this area should be consistent with the zoning district since a mobile home was allowed on the property in 1995. Based on the written findings above, staff offers a favorable recommendation for the petition with the following condition. An improvement location permit must be issued and a moving permit from the Vigo County Engineer's Office must be obtained.
Okay, is petitioner present? Is there anything you'd like to add or any questions you have?
Yes, sir.
Any questions? Or anyone speaking in opposition? Okay, do I have a motion? Have a second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion passed. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Any other items we'd need discussed? Okay. Have a second? All in favor, aye? Thank you.
Is that quick enough for you? Well, I told him I wasn't gonna read the rest, I was just gonna read staff and go, so he can get out.